Hello and welcome to the 9th BUCS Wednesday of this academic year. We have got a jam-packed live stream full of all things sports here at Cardiff Met campus. That includes men's first rugby team facing varsity rivals Bath. We'll also be speaking to rugby and cricket, looking at their Movember campaign at half-time. But for now, here are some of the Archers' best bits this season.
Shot from range. What a strike! Oh my!
Some amazing moments there from our Archers. My personal favourite has definitely got to be that goal from Matthew Chubb from the halfway line during their 4-1 win against Flint Town United FC. Talking about the football, that's why you're all here today. We've got the men's BUCS first team up against their varsity rivals Bath. In true Welsh style, weather conditions are not looking too great with a lot of rain on the radar. But let's not dampen that mood. We caught up with centre mid Rio Booth ahead of kick-off this afternoon.
And here's Rio Booth with a great flick on. And they've gone in behind the defence here. And they've won themselves a corner.
Yeah, we're confident after 2 back-to-back wins, so 2 dominant performances, so hopefully get another one today. Well, we lost some last game, so we've just, they play 5 at the back, so we know getting behind and play around them, and I reckon we'll do well at home on a big pitch.
The chances here, Chichester. It's flicked on towards the back post, but missed in the air by Ezek. And there goes the full-time whistle. And what relief for Cardiff Met.
Loads of relief. They started the game so well.
The home fans, and we owe one on them, so I expect it to be a good game and a bit feisty.
So amazing insight there. Now, I am joined by today's co-commentator, Eve. How big is today's game for the Archers, seeing as they lost 1-0 against Bath last time they met with them?
Yeah, it's a massive game. Met and Bath, they're varsity rivals, so I think that adds a little bit more. I think the big thing about today's game is there's not that many points that separate the two sides. Met have 9 points, Bath have 7. And arguably for me, whoever wins, they're sort of in a title race, and whoever loses, they're in a relegation scrap. So it's a big one, but I'm looking forward to watching it.
Nice. Now, the last 3 games running up to Christmas are at home. How important is it to gather momentum over these next 3 games?
Yeah, hugely important. I think, you look at all the best teams in football, they sort of have that home form as their foundation for success. And especially if Met continue their good form, that Heartbreak game becomes a lot more bigger and there's pressure on Heartbreak to perform. So I think, for Met today, get another 3 points and build on that momentum, really.
What would you say that home advantage, what is that advantage that being amongst a home crowd, being at home, playing at home brings?
Yeah, I think it's huge. You know, when you've got fans there chanting your name or your team's name, as a player, playing myself, it really boosts your confidence. And I think looking at how I play, when I have confidence, I play so much better than when I don't have confidence. So, you know, that home support is really crucial.
Now, who would you say your standout players that we should be looking for this evening?
I think there's a lot, to be fair. You know, I think all the boys are playing well, but for me at the moment, Jake Morris, he was in the BUCS team of the week last week, and he's been fantastic. He's not really in and around the Adran first team, but I think today's an opportunity for him to really show what he can do and get into that team.
Quickly for me, score prediction?
I'm going to go 2-1 Met. Got to go Met.
Yeah. Quickly as well for me. What are your thoughts, Met knocking out TNS?
Yeah, fantastic. You know, I think TNS is sort of the Manchester City of the Premier League. They win everything. Yeah. But it was a brilliant result for Met last night.
Now, let's have a quick look at that massive game on Friday. We're now joined by our BUCS correspondent, Freya. Fixture list is looking jam-packed today. What's going on campus?
So the home games we have today, we've already had men's tennis this morning versus Bath. We've had men's volleyball at 1 p.m, the first team kicked off. Also, that's just happened is women's football versus Exeter. And there is a double header as well today with the women's rugby. We've got the first team playing at 3 p.m, and we've also got the seconds kicking off. They've already kicked off at 1 p.m. So,
sticking with women's rugby here, why are these such big games?
So we've got the First League Women's. There is currently a 1 point difference between Met and Exeter. So Met currently in second place at the moment, with Exeter just behind in third place. With the twos as well, sticking with the women's, Met are currently first at the table. and Exeter in second place, 5 points behind.
Let's jump to Archers Arena. What's going on down there?
So we've got the men's first team playing home against Essex. They are on a losing streak at the moment. They've lost 7 games in a row, so they're pretty defeated. Hopefully they can make sure.
Yeah, they're looking for that first win.
Yeah, definitely. And also we've got the women's away. They're undefeated though, completely opposite to the men's. They're playing Exeter. They kicked off at 1 p.m. Exeter are at the bottom of the table at the moment, with 12 points behind Met, who are currently in second place.
Are we hoping maybe a triple digits? The women's basketball seeing
that would be, you know,
quite bottom.
Yes, quite ambitious. The women's are doing well at the moment, so who could say?
I'd say they've definitely brought in some great new signings for America.
Absolutely.
Before we see you back here in about 45 minutes after football kicked off, where are you going to head off to?
I think I might have a look at the basketball. The men's, obviously, I would like to go to the women's, but they're away, so I'm not travelling all the way there, unfortunately. But yeah, I'll have go to the Archers Arena, have a look at the football game as well that's going on today.
Yeah.
But yeah, it should be an interesting game. I'm not sure what Bath's team are looking at, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
Exciting times.
You're going to have a little look at the women's rugby as well? That sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think I will. It's going to be a very intense game, intense atmosphere. I'm sure there are plenty of people down there at the moment. But yeah, excited for that. We'll see where that lands them in the table. Who knows?
Perfect. Now it is time for the main event, the part that I'm sure you've all been waiting for. Let's join our commentary team, Eben and Eve, for hopefully an action-packed game.
Thank you very much, Abby. We are down here for the second game of today at Kincoid Stadium, where Cardiff Met welcome Bath, their varsity rivals. This is a BUCS Premier South fixture between the teams who are currently sat in third and fourth. Cardiff Met are highest up in the league at third, with 2 points separating them and Bath in fourth. Bath today will be hoping to take 3 points home and leapfrog the Archers in the league. As of this game, coming into it, Met come in stronger with a 3-2 win last week against Chichester, while Bath drew with a late equaliser against Exeter. Met have won 3 of their 5 games so far this season, while Bath have only won 2 from 6. And in this reverse fixture last year, Met won 5-1, and that would have been a year ago tomorrow. Having spoken to Elliot Evans, Met finished second in the Premier South last year, and they want to better that this season. And Elliot Evans is absent today, as it is his 34th birthday. Eve Pearson is with me up in this gantry. Eve, what can we expect today?
Yeah, I think it's going to be a cracking game of football. You know, we've got the atmosphere for it. The weather's not too bad at the moment. Hopefully the rain stays off. But Bath v Met is always a good game. Varsity rivals, as I've mentioned previously, so I'm looking forward to it today.
Yes, we are both looking forward to it very much. The rain is starting to join us here at a bitterly cold Kincoid campus. Looking on to the starting 11s for both teams. Cardiff Met start with Griff Morgan as their captain. He is a frequent player in the Cymru Premier. He's got 6 appearances this season alongside the gaffer Elliot Evans. Alongside him at the back is Spencer Diamond Hall, a Bath-born lad who will hope to send his hometown university home empty-handed today. In midfield is Osian Rees. The 18-year-old Treharris lad was released by Cardiff City FC Youth last year, but he is without a doubt one to watch for the future. Talking of young people on the bench today, Harry John, the 19-year-old who played Europa Conference League football at 17, is returning from injury. He will hope to bring that European experience into the side off the bench today. On to the Bath starting 11. Owen Crawford, the ex-D1 USA athlete, is between the sticks. According to his teammates, he's got a slightly dodgy hairline, but is talented and is one of the most hard-working goalkeepers you will find.
It's all about the talent, not the hairline.
In front of him at the back is Noah Cunningham. He is new to this side following a spell in California as a D1 athlete. In midfield is Ben Parrott, who will be leading the side today. Alongside him, Tom Beeson. He scored the winner in this reverse fixture last season. And up front today is Cardiff-born Alfie Young, who is normally a winger but has got a serious eye for goal. Eve, two very strong teams. How do you think they will go about this game today?
Yeah, I think watching Met previously, you know, they like to build up the ball from the back, get it out wide, play in between the lines. So I think that will be their game plan. As for Bath, you know, they're the away side, so there's not too much pressure on them to come out against Met as quickly as possible. You know, they can sit in as much as they want. And watching Met previously, some teams have been doing that and it's been working. So I'm not too sure if Bath will think of that and maybe use that to their advantage today. But I think from a Met point of view, come out the blocks as quick as possible, get on the front foot and try and get a goal as soon as possible, because we know what this Bath side are capable of.
It's an excellent opportunity for Met to extend that gap in the mid-table. You know, obviously they will be looking on towards the top for the remainder of this season, but this is a great opportunity to kick off today, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I said it in my interview with Abby, you know, it's whoever wins this, I think, are arguably in the title race, especially as Met have 3 home games coming up after this. You know, they want to build on that momentum, and home form is so important for building that success as a foundation. And with 3 home games before Christmas, there's no reason why they can't. And then it's a massive game against Hartbury, who are title rivals, not just for the men's but for the women's as well. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Talking of success, is there a bit of pressure on this Met side today to replicate what happened last week against TNS? Yeah,
definitely. You know, I think for a lot of these boys, it's a massive opportunity to show what they can do. You know, if you're not in the first team, this is your sort of stage to show the coaches that you're meant to be in that first team. I mean, if I was playing, that's what I'd be thinking. I'm sure a lot of these boys, it's a very competitive group, but I think this is their opportunity to show what they can do and get into that first team. I mean, the TNS game was superb.
As you said, this is a platform. You know, we've got 5 players in this squad today who were involved against TNS last week. The likes of Barnaby Sodi on the wing. You know, he's got 9 appearances in the Cymru Premier this season and is a real leader in this BUCS side. Yeah,
he's superb. I watched him against Chichester. You know, he's so versatile as well. I thought he was just a left back, but I think he's starting further up the field today. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. But his 1v1s, his aerial battles, winning his duels, you know, that's what you need from a player like him, and he's got the abilities, and I'm sure he'll show it today, but definitely man and match against Chichester for me. And I think his experience will really help Cardiff Met today.
There are quite a handful of experienced players in this squad. We look at the likes of Griff Morgan, you know, Barnaby Sodi, Kian Williams now, all well in their early 20s, having played plenty of Cymru Premier or second tier football. Yeah,
and to be that young and that experienced will only do Met so good. So I think with the players they've got, the experienced boys really need to keep into those sort of, you know, fresher type players and let their energy bounce off them and hopefully help the team out as much as possible.
You know, a lot of these boys have been here for 3-4 years now. What is it, as a Met footballer yourself, what is it that keeps those players on here, do you reckon?
For me, when I play football, you know, it's the sort of the friendships you make. I think that's so important. And you can really see when the Met boys and the girls teams, when they play together, they've sort of formed that bond, whether it's through on the football pitch, off the football pitch. You know, you're living with people and you tend to stay with those people and play with them throughout your years at university. So it's a really, really big thing. And I think that's kept a lot of people going and kept their sort of attendance at football going.
You know, the facilities here as well are excellent. You know, the coaching staff. There's not many other places in the UK where you can play, you know, top tier football and study on in the week kind of thing. And then, you know, obviously BUCS is an enormous focus for these boys as well. But no, you know, it's going to be an excellent game. The teams are starting to come out here. The sun is leaving us at Kincroyd campus.
Typical.
Floodlights beaming down. Cardiff Met out first. And I am very, very excited for this game. Yeah. Bath substitutions are just finishing their warm-ups on the other side of this pitch.
Yeah.
Fans below is starting to get behind this Met team.
I think that will play a part, you know, the boys' support here today. I was speaking in the interview earlier, home support is so important, you know, having fans chant your name or chant your team's name really gives you that confidence and that platform to go. So hopefully the boys can revive off that.
Have you got any sort of score prediction for this one?
I said earlier 2-1 Met. I think I've got to go Met and but I don't know. I think it's going to be very, very tight. I think there's a few players who I'm sort of picking out from Met. You know, Jake Morris, Spencer Diamond Hall, centre back. His partnership with Griff Morgan is so pivotal to this Met side, and I think they'll keep out Bath just about. And I'll stick with 2-1.
I think I'm going to agree with you there as well. If, you know, 2-1 would be a good result for Met in this game.
Let's hope it's not commentators' curse.
Exactly. Preferably more than 2-1, so we've got more goals to rave about.
5-1, wouldn't mind it.
7-1 like Wales do the job.
Yeah.
Just
Let's
right,
hope
wouldn't it?
they get their Welsh going.
Many of these boys do have Welsh honours as well.
Exactly. So
in fairness, you know, Griff Morgan has got Welsh Unis appearances. Cian Williams has played under 16s, 17s and 18s for Wales. So there's you know, there's so much quality in this Met side.
And I'm sure all those boys watch that Welsh game, you know. Great draw as well. Hopefully get to the final and get into that World Cup. But I'm sure all the boys, whether they're Welsh, English, they'll want to do well tonight.
Without a doubt. Just waiting for Bath here, and then we will get underway. Oops. Bath are huddled up down by their dugout, talking through the last of their tactics before this enormous clash. What will this game mean to both sides, as it is a varsity rivalry?
Yeah, I think varsity, you know, it adds that bit more pressure for the players. But I think not just varsity, where they are in the table, like we've spoken about previously, you know, 2 points separate them, and whoever wins, they've got that platform then. But I think it's so important for Met, you know, they've got 3 home games. You know, they've got the opportunity now to really build on it, and hopefully our prediction will be right come the end of the game.
Bath taking their pretty time down here.
Yeah, or if tactics are already started, mind games.
No rush to get this game underway. We hear the occasional roar from the rugby 3G behind this pitch as well.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll get louder as the night goes on. A few more pints drunk, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's been a very, very busy day here at Kincard campus. Plenty of sports.
Yeah.
Some Springboks around training down here before their clash against Wales on Saturday.
Yeah.
But this is what's important at the moment. Bath against Cardiff Met. Bath boys are now split from their huddle.
Oh, I'm doing another huddle. Mind games are starting early.
No one wants to play football here.
Yeah. Surprised Met aren't in their maroon kit, going for the away kit today.
I thought the same. What's the idea behind that? This is a lovely kit, mind.
Yeah.
But
can't be a bit
blue,
light blue.
Blue on blue.
Yeah. Kit clash.
It's an odd one.
Yeah. I'm sure if someone's pass goes astray, they'll have an excuse.
Exactly. Does that happen to you very often, Eve?
No. All my passes go to the right person.
I'll take your word for it. I believe we might be waiting for referees here. No sign of them anywhere.
Not as yet.
How important will the substitutions be for this game tonight?
Yeah, massive. Every time I've been here to watch Met, I think it was Rio Booth against Chichester. He made such an impact. I'm not surprised to see him start today, actually, because he was terrific when he came on. His 1v1 battles, he won every single one and flipped the game on his head for Met. So I think it's really important. But they've got so much experience on the bench. You spoke about Harry John. He's been part of the Bluebird side, which qualified for Europe. He's got 81 appearances. So, you know, having that experience but at such a young age will really help this side and coming off the bench as well. But there's a few. Taku as well. He got the equaliser against Bristol last time I watched the boys. So I'm sure he'll want to make an impact as well.
You mentioned that 81 appearances from Harry John. For a 19-year-old in the Cymru Premier, 81 is an astonishing amount.
It's terrific. You know, I don't even think I'd get that if I reached 30. But to get it at 19 years of age, you know, it shows what they can. I'm surprised he's not starting, to be honest. But, you know, they've got an important game against Bala Town on Sunday. So I think that's maybe in the manager's head.
He is, without a doubt, one to watch for the future. I'm sure we'll hear his name plenty, and to have him as a Cardiff Met alumni, I'm sure will be something to brag about in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe we're getting closer. There's referees out.
Yeah, you might get a fine for how late.
Nearly seconds away from kick-off. The ball's being fizzed around on this pitch now as the boys try to warm up. Here we go, we're getting close.
Yeah.
Griff Morgan and Ben Parrott down by the centre circle with the referee for the toss.
A few more fans coming in now.
Very brave fans as well. It's absolutely Baltic up here.
So I think it's only going to get worse, unfortunately.
Final words being said in these huddles.
Must have done these huddles about 10 times.
I reckon it's an excuse to keep warm.
Yeah, definitely.
I believe it's going to be Bath to kick off.
Yeah.
Here we go, Bath to get us underway. Final checks from the referee. And it'll be Ben Parrott to send it out wide early doors. Bath with the early possession.
Yeah.
And it's Ollie O'Brien with a shot.
Already first shot on goal.
Met now with an opportunity to compose themselves. Get this ball down on the ground. It's a big header by Noah Cunningham up into the midfield. Just Cunningham again there, sending the ball long. But it is David Morgan who recovers.
Yeah, he's superb. That's what he does. You know, he wins his aerial duels, and that really sets the momentum up for Met.
It's a great ball through there, and a shot by Jake Morris, which goes straight to the keeper's feet.
Yeah. Bit end to end. We've only just started.
Yeah, it feels a bit panicky down there at the moment, doesn't it? Ball flying everywhere.
Yeah, it takes a bit of time for players to settle, but I think once they do, we'll have a good game of football.
So Owen Crawford to calm things down, sends the ball up into midfield.
Yeah.
Barnaby Sodi with the ball at his feet now. Opportunity to drive, but he's dispossessed. It's Isaac Stephen Wong who plays it back with the centre half. The ball is now pinged down the right hand side into the feet of Tom Beeson. Beeson beats his man. The ball into the box. Well covered by Griff Morgan, and the ball now with Cardiff Met.
Yeah, great feat by Tom Beeson there to get past his player and get the ball into the box. Really good.
Haben Sampson taking on his defender there, doing very well to keep the ball.
Magic feet.
Running infield. The ball is absolutely everywhere so far in this
bit
one.
Bit of pinball at the moment.
And it's Sampson with the ball through again. The ball in, but it goes behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, that's what Haben Sampson can do. You know, I've seen him do it previously. The ball just sort of sticks to his feet, no matter who tries to get the ball off him.
He did it unbelievably well to get himself out of that little hole down there now.
Yeah.
Three defenders on him,
Yeah.
but you know, finds a way out every time
Yeah.
and plays that ball.
And able to find a pass and get met on the front foot.
Owen Crawford now, the ex-D1 athlete, to calm things down. Crawford will look for the captain, Ben Parrott, in this midfield. It's Alfie Long who wins the header. Straight back into...
Yeah. That was great defensive duties by Rio Booth there. It shows how strong he is and how well he can keep the ball, especially under pressure from Ben Parrott.
I believe he's played every game for Llanelli Town in the Cymru Premier this season.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. With the talent he has, fully deserves it.
Cardiff Met happy to keep the ball down at the back here. Spencer Diamond Hall with the ball at his feet. Across to the captain, Griff Morgan. Out to the right back. The ball down, but it goes out. But it's flagged offside in the end.
Yeah, he was unlucky there. It was a great ball through in between the lines. The Met player just couldn't get on the end of it.
Bath in no rush to get this game back in the way.
No, mind games.
Will they, I know it's early doors, but will they settle for a draw?
I think away from home, you know, the thing is you don't want to lose. As long as you don't lose, you're happy really. But I'm sure if you ask any of those boys playing at the moment, they're going to say all 3 points.
Yes.
But seeing how the game goes, we'll see if that changes.
Crawford will the long ball up towards Alfie Long again.
Rio Booth started this game so well. He's so composed on the ball, really sets Met up to go on the attack.
Both teams seem to be going for the long ball over the top approach so far.
Yeah, I think with the weather it really helps if you go over the top. You know, you've got that skiddy surface, anything can happen with the ball. So I think that plays into both teams' ideas and plan of attack.
Alfie Young down there on that left hand side does well, but ultimately concedes a throw in. It'll be Evan Cadwallader to take this one back to his captain, Griff Morgan. Griff got Morgan with a bit of time here.
Yeah.
Pings it up towards Samson on that wing.
It's a little bit disjointed at the moment, you know, when it gets into Jake Morris. He hasn't really got anyone either side of him so far. I think, you know, it's up to Haben Sampson and Barney Sodi to support him when he gets the ball and let him have those options available.
We've not seen much of Barney Sodi this far into the game, but I'm sure we will. He's such a talented player.
Yeah, he's so versatile as well. You know, I've seen him play left back, right back, and now he's left wing. You know, he's really got the platform now to show what he can do going forward as well as defensively.
Free kick given to Bath here. He'll shove in the back. It'll be Ben Parrott looking to get this ball into the mixer here. Met defending a high line there in the back. Okay. Will that pay off for them? And it's a ball in. Flicked on, but ultimately in the hands of Ollie Saunders, the 19-year-old goalkeeper for Cardiff Met. Start again here. Spencer Diamond Hall back to Saunders in goal. Griff Morgan out to Evan Cadwallader in at right back. It's a ball over looking for Samson, but ultimately doesn't get to him.
Yeah, I think the Met back four are really setting them up to play through the lines. You know, they're so comfortable and confident on the ball when they get it. It allows the wingers to get into spaces, but they're just not finding them at the moment. A breakdown in communication so far, but hopefully that improves for Met.
Yeah, as you said, I think someone like Griff Morgan could lead from example in that back line. Just keep those passes nice and short, nice and tight, and break down that Bath defence.
Yeah, I mean, I get why they're doing it. Because the weather, it does play a part, and especially for a back four trying to win the ball in the air, it's not as easy as possible. But we will see.
There's a ball through there, but it passes everyone, and it's Oshan Rees covering. Watching the ball out for a throw-in.
He did well there defensively, Osham Rees, Cardiff City graduate, so he's had a lot of experience in the Welsh leagues, but defensive duties he's been superb so far.
It's a long throw. A heavy touch there by
Osham, just as his commentator's cursed, just as I praised him.
It's that last ball again, they do really well to get into the Bath half.
Yeah, he did so well, he took the ball, drive in, but again, no one in front of him. I think that's up to Jake Morris there. He needs to get into the position where players can see him and find that pass, and he can turn and go towards goal.
I think it's that word disjointed you used earlier.
Definitely.
But I'm sure as we go on in this game...
Yeah. Osham Rees again, defensively he's been everywhere so far.
He looks quite a mature player for a young man.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's sort of got the Jack Grealish look about him with the socks down. Yeah, bit hit and hope that.
I think he was hoping for Ben Sampson to get on the end of it, but ultimately not. Back with Owen Crawford in goal. He plays it out to Sam Ledward at right back. It's been quite a tame start here so far.
Yeah, I think it was very energetic at the start. I said, when players calm down a little bit, it may go flat, but plenty of time for it to get going again. I think it's quite cagey, these affairs, how big the game is. It's hard for players sometimes to come out the block straight away. But I'm sure as the game goes on, it will get into it.
So far in this game, neither team have been shy of playing the ball around.
Yeah.
Trying to get on that front foot, but...
I think it is that final ball for both teams so far. They get into good positions, but there's always either a centre-back or a midfielder who stops them. But I think particularly for Met, it's that final ball. It's sort of, they're doing it to themselves, not Bath. So just that communication and not being as just disjointed as they have been.
Ball up towards the Bath winger, but Keon Williams nods it out for a throw in. Stan Paget gets the ball back into play, and it's Caden Traynor plays it into his centre half counterpart in Noah Cunningham. Ball goes all the way across to left back where Sam Ledward was waiting for it. Yeah. He plays the ball infield. A free kick for Bath.
Shine Rees again, clearing the ball away from Met's goal. Been superb so far.
You mentioned Jack Grealish there. It's really coming to me now. That young workhorse.
Yeah, I think it's the socks.
He's
got the little shin pads.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure if you ask him, football idol, definitely says Jack Grealish.
Quite a distinct look, isn't it?
Yeah.
Ben Parrott again here, looking to get that ball into the box. Lofted in towards the far post. Matt managed to clear it away.
There's no one really up front for Met at the moment. It's still very, we said it previously, quite disjointed. That Jake Morris needs to be leading the line a bit better and supporting players like Barney Sodi here.
Sodi plays a ball through towards Met need the spell now, just keeping the ball at their feet, playing along the back. Griff Morgan with a ball out wide towards Rio Booth. Oh, it's quite a hard challenge there on Barnaby Sodhi. Wins the free kick for Met.
That's what he's good at, those 1v1s, winning your 1v1s or beating players, and now Met have a set piece and one they can be dangerous by.
It's Eli Collins standing over this ball, ready to pop it into the mixer. There's the ball in towards the back post, through everyone.
Oh, that was a terrific ball. It's aiming for someone to get their head on it, and no one did.
Bath get us back in the way again here.
Osham Rees again leading the press for Met, absolutely everywhere so far.
Ball over the top. Bounces over Barney. Spencer Diamond Hall in the back. And it goes out for a goal kick in the end.
Barney Sodhi showing what he can do. He can go forward and backwards. His defensive duties coming into play there. Really good stuff from him to stop the Bath attack.
A bit of action here down at Incoid Stadium. First we've seen so far in this game. Diagonal ball towards Haben Sampson. Plays it back into Evan Cadwallader.
Yeah, this is what we need from it. Calming the game down a little bit. You don't always have to go forwards and hit and hope. You can play it out wide and find those wingers that can win their 1v1 duels.
It's good from Barnaby Sodhi, freeing himself into a bit of space. Kean Williams now playing it back into Ollie Saunders in goal. Griff Morgan with the ball wide. Barnaby Sodhi.
It was the right idea. Barnaby Sodhi had all the space in the world. If he got onto that, he could have beaten his man 1v1. Unfortunate for Met there.
It's nice to see Met keeping that ball down at the back. Playing those 4 or 5 passes, then looking for a forward option.
Yeah, and it always starts with Griff Morgan. He's the captain. He's the one who's composed, calm, collected, and when he plays well, the Met team play well. So it starts from him, that foundation.
It's a loose ball down the pitch. Back into the feet of Ollie Saunders. He got all the time in the world. It's Spencer Diamond Hall on the ball now. The Bath boy. Back to the feet of the goalkeeper, Griff Morgan. Plays it wide to Evan Cadwallader. Cadwallader looks to go forward. Wins the throw in for Met.
Yeah, I think he's at Newport City now, Cadwallader. He's been playing very, very well. He's always a BUCS first team regular in the football. He's doing very well today so far.
He's one who's got 6 appearances for Newport City in the Cymru South, but I'm sure he'll be looking to go a bit higher up and play in the Cymru Premier, as will most of these boys here.
Yeah, definitely. As we've said, it's a platform for them to show what they can do, and Cadwallader, always in the BUCS first team, can he maybe try and get into that Premier team?
It's a good ball through. But Spencer Diamond Hall does well to recover. It falls into the feet of Ollie O'Brien. Goes out for a corner. A throw in rather, sorry.
Yeah.
Throw straight to the head of the Met defender, who hoofs it long into the Bath half. Bath now adopting a style of passing it around the back and looking for that long ball in the end. It's played down towards Ollie O'Brien on the left wing. Samson does well in midfield.
Yeah, Samson, he cuts in a little bit, as a winger. He comes into the middle of the pitch a little bit. But it really helps out that midfield trio for Met. I think they need a little bit more support, and he's giving them that at the moment. I think Barney Saunders can do the same a little bit on the left-hand side. We'll see here now.
Kean Williams with the overlap down the left-hand side wins the free kick for Cardiff Met.
Yeah.
He feels there should have been a booking for that there as well.
I mean, it's not the first time it's happened, is it? You know, you think once maybe, but twice. Should the referee have got his card out? I think so. But another set piece for Met, and one they can be dangerous by, hopefully.
Kean Williams in his 5th year here at Cardiff Met, plays his football for Trevellyn BGC in the Cymru South.
Yeah, great ball in.
Very good ball in, but it ultimately goes out.
Yeah, it's just calling for someone to get their head on it, really, and I feel like Met players are a bit second to their jewels at the moment. I think that will be one point that the gaffer will be saying at half time, you know, win your jewels, because at the moment I think Bath are winning them, and that's the difference sort of at the moment.
I don't think we've seen as much of Jake Morris as we'd like in this match so far either.
I think he's a bit isolated up front on his own, you know. He needs his wingers, having Sampson, who's started superbly for me, and Barney Saunders, but also the midfield trio, they need to support him as well. You know, it's not just a one-way thing, but his movement off the ball maybe needs to be a little bit better, maybe drop a bit deeper and try get on the ball. And that might, like he's doing so now, but people aren't seeming to find him at the moment.
I feel that's because the wingers are a bit far away from him, or?
Yeah, I think so, but they're also quite pushed out wide and then they come back in. And I think he's sort of in two minds whether to go in or out. And it leads to something like this happening, a bit of hit and hope. So yeah, but he started well, he just needs to get on the ball a little bit more.
Ball's just been bolted on the roof of the gantry up here. I think it caught us all off guard.
Jake Morris probably heard me.
Spencer Diamond Hall gets the ball to his feet. Back to Owen Crawford in goal. He's not had much to do today yet, has he?
Not so. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yeah. It's that diagonal ball they're looking for again. It's a heavy touch by Sodi. Keeps it in play though. Saunders getting comfortable. Ball's now with Haben Sampson. Driving infield. Does really well.
Yeah.
Now it's Rio Booth.
Yeah, see, that's what Haben Sampson does so well. He drives in. He doesn't just go on the outside. He comes on the inside as well. But it's been really good so far for Haben Sampson.
Another throw in for Cardiff Met. Kean Williams throws it towards Spencer Diamond Hall. Flicks the ball into the box. It lands at Barnaby Sodi's feet.
Yeah, that was the first little bit we saw from Jake Morris there. You know, a turn and on the volley, he got the shot off. Fair play to him. But the Bath defender did really well to get in front of that and block the shot. Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
It's Haben Sampson with a bit of magic again.
Mini Messi over there.
Spencer Diamond Hall has had plenty to do on the ball in this game.
Yeah, I think that we've said it. You know, that is Met's foundation. When Griff Morgan and Spencer Diamond Hall play well, they find their players like they have done now. Bit unfortunate with that.
It's a great idea, trying to feed Kean Williams behind the centre half and the left back. And the right back who are so close together there.
But I think momentum's building a little bit for Met. You know, they're getting more attacks on goal, and they just need to keep going, and hopefully the deadlock can be broken.
Yeah, I think you're right. It does feel as if Met are getting a bit more comfortable in this game, a bit of composure about them now. But the ball is back with Owen Crawford in goal. Play shifts towards the left-hand side of this field as Owen Crawford boots it long. It's Alfie Young who tries to get his head on it, but it bounces nicely for Tom Beeson in midfield. But ultimately a throw in for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, Cadwallader did well there. You know, he easily could have thrown it forward straight away, but you know, you take the time. You've got a long way to go in this game so far. Be composed, and you know, you don't always have to go straight away.
I think if there was some sort of stat which showed where the football's been played in this opening 20 minutes, half an hour, fairly sure it would be very, very much in the Met half.
Yeah, definitely.
With Griff Morgan and Spencer Diamond Hall running things at the back there.
Yeah, definitely.
Now there's an opportunity for Tom Beeson to get going.
Oh.
It's a poor ball out wide.
That's disappointing for Bath. You know, they had about 3 on 4 there. Easily could have been a good attacking goal. Unfortunate for them.
Now down in the last quarter, as a Met throw in, finds the feet of Jake Morris in the corner. The ball in.
Again, he's just asking for someone to get on the end of it, and no one can. It was a terrific ball in. Really unfortunate for Met there.
I think Barnaby Sody was convinced that Jake Morris could have got his head onto that one. Ball's back on the halfway line with the centre halves.
Yeah, I think maybe adding a bit more pace into their game, Met. You know, they're building very well, but just a bit more pace, you can get in at Bath a little bit more, and find that creativity within the team. Yeah, so composed there.
He just flicks it down to the feet of Keir Williams. Keir Williams walking on the halfway line, no rush to get this ball out.
I think this is what we were speaking about earlier, though. You know, before the game started, Bath don't have to come out and be all firing at the start. You know, they can easily sit in, and so many teams have done that against Cardiff Met and have done well with it. So I think this plays into their hands a little bit.
It's a diagonal ball again towards Barnaby Sody. Gets his head on it, but loses his footing. Bit of pressure on the Bath defender.
I think that was a terrific ball over to Barney Sody. I think Barney Sody, you know, he's best with the ball at his feet. You know, aerially, he's not the tallest bloke, so he's not always going to win those duels. But, you know, when they get the ball to his feet, I think that's where Met play best.
An opportunity now to put the hosts in front with a corner. Oshan Rees goes short, but he won't be used. The ball's flicked into the box when it's headed towards goal, but ultimately goes wide.
Nearly an own goal.
Ball's back out with Eli Collins. We're back to square one in the back again.
Yeah,
Griff Morgan with ball at his feet.
You know, Griff Morgan had the opportunity there to play it straight into Havin Sampson, and he didn't. He's gone back. Maybe using that with a bit more pace where he is now, play it into his feet, but, you know, he's still keeping the ball, so I suppose it's okay.
Possession wins games, as is said very often in football.
Yeah, that's a great
Keir
ball out
Williams
wide.
with a knuckle ball out wide. Good vision by him, finds Haben Sampson, who beats his defender, gets the ball in, but ultimately that's for a goal kick.
Terrific ball out wide. Haben Sampson took it in his stride, absolutely superb. And Barney Sody's really unlucky, but again, his best threat isn't aerially, it's on with his feet. So I think Met need to get it to his feet next time they play it to him, because that's when he plays best.
We restart again with an Owen Crawford goal kick. The ball is floated long. Griff Morgan gets his head onto it.
Terrific header.
Haben Sampson gets the ball down, but a heavy touch means that it's back with the Bath defence.
There you go.
Caden Trainer loses possession though. It's Oshan Rees with the ball into Evan Cadwallader.
Yeah.
He's happy to turn around and go back to his skipper, Griff Morgan.
Yeah, Bath really sitting in, you know, they're not afraid to just let Met come onto them. And I think that's where Met come a bit undone, but definitely if they play it into the winger's feet, deadlock will definitely be broken.
Back again at the back. You know, I think you've hit the nail on his head there. Bath so happy to sit back. Let Met have the ball in the back here. You know, they're hardly ever going to score a goal from halfway.
No, definitely. Yeah.
And it's proven.
I think you're almost happy as a player if people take shots off from 25, 30 yards, because 9 times out of 10 it goes into Rose Ed. But you know, if you're in on goal, 9 times out of 10 it's a goal. So I think Bath are really happy, but obviously the complexion of the game will change, and I'm sure Bath's tactics will alter depending on the scoreline.
You know, this adrenaline of Met with ball at their feet is going to tire the players out ultimately, isn't it? And it's going to give up Bath an opportunity then to launch some attacks of their own. Yeah, definitely. I think when the ball's moving, you find it quite hard. They're sort of playing a Jose Mourinho-esque park the bus. And Met need to find a way to break that down, and at the moment it's just that final ball that's letting them down. Having Sampson now down the right wing, it's floated towards Barnaby's Sodi at the back.
Again, aerially, we've said it, you know, he's not the tallest bloke. Get it to his feet.
Haben Sampson has been so good so far in this match. You know, he's nearly had a positive impact every time he's at the ball at his feet now.
Every time I've watched him, he's been man of the match for me, and you know, I'm sure today might be different, but he's been terrific so far.
Sean Rees with the ball at his feet, floated in. It bounces in the box, and it's Griff Morgan now. Plays it out wide to Eli Collins. Ball back in. Oh, and it might have hit the post there, Eve.
Yeah, terrific ball in. You know, again, it's calling out for someone, but it's just someone needs to get their foot on it, their head on it, anything. But really unlucky for Met there.
Haben Sampson does so well to regain possession.
Yeah.
It goes for the shot, but it floats over.
Yeah, and that's showing what Haben Sampson's got in his locker. You know, it's not just his feet, it's his strength as well to barge players off the ball and get a really good strike and goal. Really unlucky that it didn't go into that top left-hand corner.
Owen Crawford again now to get us back in the way. Lofted forward. Griff Morgan again to get his head to it. But it lands for Ollie O'Brien, who drives, but the ball finds the feet of Ollie Saunders, who clears away.
Yeah, this has sort of been a pattern in the Met games I've watched so far. You know, they've been at the opposition's goal quite a lot. You know, they've had all the possession, all the play, and then all of a sudden the opposition get back into the game and score from it. So, you know, Met need to be wary of that, and hopefully they've learnt from previous games in the league.
Ball's back in the back for Cardiff Met. Griff Morgan with the ball at feet again. Plays it across to Spencer Diamond Hall. Keanu Williams has started well in this game as well, but that's commentator's curse as he passes it straight into the feet of Alfie Young. Alfie Young gets on the end of it, but it's spilled by the goalkeeper and it's a goal.
Yeah,
Alfie Young, that will be one of the easiest goals he's ever scored in his career.
Yeah, I mean, I just said it, you know, there's been so many games I've come and watched Met, and they've had all the possession, all the play, and then all of a sudden, something like that. They're the creators of their own downfall, really. Easily could have been avoided, that.
Keanu Williams with a loose pass. And Alfie Young does really, really well to get on the end of the ball.
Yeah.
Taps it around Spencer Diamond Hall. And with a bit of luck, the goalkeeper spills it, and it's Bath 1, Cardiff Met 0 here just before half-time.
We said the weather would play an impact on this game, and I think it certainly has there, but it was a really loose ball from Met, and so easily avoided. And this is what we've been saying, you know, they've been playing so well, but nothing's come of it. And now Bath can just keep doing what they're doing. They don't need to change anything. It's all down to Met now.
That's gone completely against the grain of play as well.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, Met will now need to compose themselves again and get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, they might need to change something, you know, because clearly over the top's not working at the moment. I think quickening the pace up a little bit when they have the ball in these areas, you know, because Bath don't need to come out anymore. They're so happy to sit in and let Met come onto them. So it'll be interesting to see how Met respond.
Kean Williams will need to erase that mistake from his memory. And he's a mature enough player to do that and get his team back into this game. He started quite well here.
Definitely.
Spencer Diamond Hall now with a bit of time. It's another loose pass into the feet of Tom Breeson. Barnaby Sodhi wins a header. Proves you wrong, Eve. It's Griff Morgan with a poor ball.
Yeah, Met just need to be a bit more composed now. You know, there's only 1-0. You've got a long way to go. There's a whole second half, and keep that composure and just keep going the way they are, and hopefully get back into the game.
They just need to keep on creating those opportunities, and you know, one of them's gonna come off eventually.
Yeah, hopefully. I think this will give Bath a lot of confidence, though. You know, I know he's just lost the ball here now, but they seem to be pushing a little bit further up the pitch, not as afraid to go at Met.
We've seen them try and play those balls now since that goal. A bit of confidence shining out of them.
And that's what it does to a player, to a team. You score a goal, you get so much confidence from it, and then the complexion of the game changes.
Barnaby Sodhi finds the feet of Jake Morris, but he can't quite get the shot away. Falls for a handball there. Rio Booth, that's quite a silly foul, really, isn't it?
Bit of handbags, bit of afters. You know, there's no reason to lose your head there. Just keep composed and reset.
There's a bit of frustration shining out.
Yeah, definitely.
1-0 to Bath here. 35 minutes played. 10 minutes for Met to get a goal back before half time.
Yeah.
For a free kick now for Bath. It's Owen Crawford to take. He hoofs along towards the left corner. Griff Morgan heads it away. But it lands for Bonito Plitatis, and he plays the ball out wide. Another foul there. Soshan Rees this time.
And this is a good position for Bath now, you know, not too far outside the box. Definitely set up for a left-footed player, I think. Whip it into the box.
Who's standing over it? Seems to be Tom Beeson. Will he fancy himself at goal here?
Yeah, I was just thinking maybe, you know, where our keeper is standing, he's top right, maybe. But looking at it from my point of view, I'd probably whip it into the box.
There's an opportunity to go for goal, isn't there? But I think we expect him to go into the box.
Ooh.
But he's gone for goal.
Yeah, I thought he'd go that side if he was to shoot.
Ollie Saunders gathers. Short ball to Griff Morgan, who goes out to Evan Cadwallader at right back. He goes long looking for Jake Morris, but ultimately over his head.
Again, Rio Booth was on his own there. There was no real support. They need to make sure when they attack they've got that support.
Jake Morris on the left hand side here, takes his defender on, beats him, gets the ball into the box.
Yeah, brilliant by Jake Morris. Just the end ball is really letting Met down at the moment.
Morris showing what he can do there, but we've not quite seen enough of it from him in this first half. He's back now with Barnaby Sodhi. He plays infield towards Ashan Rees. Sodhi galloping forward on this left hand side, but Griff Morgan opts to go for that short ball into Spencer Diamond Hall. Kean Williams with a bit of space. Back to Diamond Hall. Now it's Griff Morgan. He carries forward, looking for an option. It's Haben Sampson on the right wing. He goes in field towards Ashan Rees. Met playing with a bit of intent here now. Back into Spencer Diamond Hall. He goes wide to Barnaby Sodhi. Happy to wait for that option to come. Out wide now with Samson. Met regain possession.
It's just those
Eli
options off the
Collins.
ball. We didn't really have anywhere to go. I think that was the best thing that could have happened for Met. Off the ball, there was no one really in front of him in a position for him to pass to. So I think Met really need to make sure when the player has the ball that they're available to receive it.
Eli Collins wins a free kick for Cardiff Met. About 40 yards out. And he'll be the one to loft it into the box. Not a bad ball, but ultimately Bath get it clear. Kean Williams with the ball at his feet now on the edge of the box. Does well to hold his defender off, but loses it.
Bath did really well there. You know, going into the box, you have to be really careful. You know, one touch, the player goes down, it's a penalty. So really well defended from Bath.
Cliff Morgan with the ball out wide again. Samson has been very busy in this game, but nothing's quite come off for him yet. Will this? It's a ball in.
Yeah, I think Bath have locked onto that, you know, with Samson. Two players on him now. So he needs to find a different way of getting past them.
Matt still happy to give him the ball. It bounces, but Bath ultimately get it away. Alfie Young now loses it. It'll be Spencer Diamond Hall playing it into Ashan Rees. Ashan Rees with a bit of space and he shoots, but it goes over the bar.
It was set up perfectly for him, you know. I think the ball sort of bobbled a tiny bit, which is why it went so high. But a good shot nevertheless, and the right idea.
It's nice to see the young man have the confidence to have a crack at those as well, isn't it?
Definitely.
So Crawford with the ball up. Griff Morgan winning yet another header. Nothing's much is getting past him today. Ashan Rees working hard in midfield. The ball goes astray and it's Kean Williams now. Ashan Rees with a bit of time. Knocks it back into Eli Collins, who goes back to the goalkeeper. Griff Morgan again playing the ball out wide to Evan Cadwallader.
Yeah, and it's in these certain situations Met needs to play the ball quicker, I think. You know, and with the right direction. Obviously that's trying to get into Jake Morris. Quite easy for the Bath player to see out there, but it feels a bit like they're running out of ideas, Met. You know, playing it out wide through the middle. You can't always go over the top. Play it into Jake Morris's feet and see if the wingers can bounce off out of him and he can play into them, because I think that's where Met are most dangerous.
You kind of feel that we need a moment of magic in this game now.
Definitely.
Something to get the crowd going, get the players going. You know, give
100%.
the game a bit of a kickstart.
I think you've got to give credit to Bath though. You know, they've come in with a game plan and, you know, a bit of fortunate good luck, but you know, it's working so far and it's proven difficult for Met to deal with. And I think the ball's played in the air a lot, which isn't Met's game. So, you know, maybe having to think about that at half time. Maybe a change in personnel may help them, but we'll see.
Defensively, they've been excellent as well. You know, not much has gotten past them.
Yeah, definitely. I think the way they've set up as well, their formation, you know, 4-2-3-1, you know, it really helps because the two wingers can come in and help and make it a 4-4-2 sort of. But I think going forward as well, Bath's number 9, he's been superb. Alfie Young, you know, he holds the ball up, and I think Met can sort of take that and use it for Jake Morris because he can do that and then let the wingers bounce off him and maybe find them.
Alfie Young returns to his hometown, and the Gaitre FC boy has been excellent so far in this match.
Yeah.
Ball goes out wide again. Met regain possession as Griff Morgan plays it back to Evan Cadwallader, who wins the throw in for Cardiff Met.
Yeah, that's a bit more intensity. That's what they need, Met.
Jake Morris taps it back into Samson. Bit of time here now. Sodi with the ball out wide. Very nice ball back into Samson. Can he get on the end of it?
Did you know what?
Yes.
That's so much better from Met, I think. You know, Sampson's come all the way from the right-hand side, come into the left-hand side. It shows a bit more creativity. Maybe Barney Sodi could have gone at the player quicker for a 1v1, but it shows a little bit of difference, and that's good.
It's good to see the front three covering each other's responsibilities as well.
Definitely.
Samson does really well to regain possession and beat his defender and wins the free kick in doing so.
Yeah, I think if there's a bit of magic today, it's definitely coming from that man. You know, he's been everywhere. Whether it's on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, driving towards players, he's been superb, and he's put Met in a really good position, I'd say about 30 yards from goal.
First booking of the match goes to Noah Cunningham, the Bath centre-half.
Yeah, and that's never a good thing, a centre-back getting...
Griff Morgan does well to regain the ball. He's back with Spencer Diamond Hall in the back now. Met still happy to play around the back.
Yeah, really good from Met so far. I think, you know, just adding a bit more pace into the game will help them an awful lot. Obviously the weather's getting a lot worse now, so the ball will skid a little bit. They need to be aware of that.
That diagonal ball to Sodi works well there. So he finds Kean Williams will work back with Diamond Hall in centre half here. He plays it to Jake Morris. Sodi with a lovely ball into Kean Williams, out of position. And as Jake Morris driving towards goal, he finds the feet of Rio Booth.
It's so unfortunate. Jake Morris did so well. I think he's drifted out a little bit to the left-hand side a little bit more. But Rio Booth picking up a really good position in the middle of the box, really unfortunate.
Kean Williams showing a bit of confidence here, happy to storm away from his position, offer stuff in attack. I think if Met keep doing what they're doing here, the goal is going to come.
Definitely, you know, it's that momentum, it builds and builds, and hopefully, if not now, come the second half, they can get back into the game and
saw that replay of Rio Booth's shot. It was unfortunate, but the ball couldn't quite get it out of his feet, could he?
No, it was really unfortunate. I think, you know, Jake Morris, as we've said, he's coming out to the left-hand side a lot more now, and I think that's where Met are doing better. But yeah, half-time now, 1-0 to Bath.
Met will be disappointed, I think, having been 1-0 down here.
Definitely, and it was so easily avoided, you know. But the weather plays a big part of that. So you've got to give a little bit of leeway to Met, but another half of football to go, and hopefully they can get back into the game, and we can see another Met win.
It's been all Met really in that first half, you know, except that one small mistake which led to the goal.
Yeah. You know, as a player looking at it, you're really disappointed, but there's also a little bit of, you know, we can go again in the second half a little bit. So hopefully those boys have that mentality and come out firing in the second half.
Looking back at that goal, Kean Williams will be bitterly disappointed that the pass goes astray.
Yeah.
But Alfie Young does so well to get on the end of it and, you know, tap it around the defender.
Yeah, and
that's under the keeper.
That's what he's been doing all game. You know, he's been a nightmare for those defenders. He's so strong and so quick at the same time. He's almost got the best of both worlds, which is not good for the Met centre backs. But definitely the Met goalkeeper should have done better, and the Met midfielder should have done a lot better too.
There we go, plenty more to come in the second half here. But until then, we'll take you back up to Abby in the studio.
An unlucky first half there for Cardiff Met, conceding a goal after a mistake from keeper Ollie Saunders. Now, we're going to speak all things Movember at half-time here. Movember is... Movember is for men's mental health awareness. It runs throughout the whole of the month of November. Men's rugby and cricket have been busy raising money and awareness for the cause. I'm joined by Alfie Lamb in a second, but let's have a look what they've been up to.
Hi guys, just joining us on Barry Island Beach. The boys have just walked here. I'm all bronzed up. We've raised over £4,000 already, so here's the cold plunge. Let's get it.
I'm now joined by Alfie Lamb, who is prop for the Cardiff Met athletic team. What is Movember and what does it mean to both rugby and cricket here at Met?
Hi Abby, nice to see you. Thanks very much for getting me on the screen so many times with my rig out. Really enjoyed it. Movember is a men's mental health charity. I know it means a lot to all the boys, rugby and cricket, and I imagine a lot of the other societies as well. Men's mental health is something that we really don't speak about enough, and it's really important that it's growing and we're raising awareness.
Oh, definitely. Now, as you can see on social media, both the rugby and cricket teams have been very active in raising awareness and money for the cause. What have you guys been up to?
Well, we've, thank God, raised quite a lot of money between us. I know rugby have raised over £4,500 already. We've been hitting milestones, hitting challenges. I know we've been doing Pennyvan in our budgie smugglers, which was a lot of fun for the boys, even though it was really cold.
Yeah, I bet.
We've done tattoos. One of the boys even walked 27 hours to the Hartbury game, Real Warrior.
So who came up with the concept to do these challenges when you hit the milestones?
So it's something the boys on the committee done last year. Mm-hmm. I think they really enjoyed it, and I think it really did help for us to keep raising money. It kept getting boys to keep pushing to try and reach those milestones, and we're nearly at our goal of 5,000. Nice.
Is there any way that you've participated in it at all?
Yeah, I've got a tattoo now. For the Met.
What does the tattoo say?
It's the bow and arrow. It's all about the archers.
How many have you got that?
I believe 13.
Okay, is that the whole of committee or
there's more boys with us to book in.
Anything else you've done?
We done Pennyvan. I walked to Barry the other day as well with my friend Sigley, another member of the committee.
Nice. Now, I know that you guys have you've joined forces with cricket. How did that come about?
Two of the biggest societies on campus. It's really good to see if we can get everyone involved. I know the whole Cardiff Met community really enjoys and backs this. So if we can get a society as big as cricket to join up with us, and they are actually beating us so far on the money raised. So please keep donating, boys.
Off the top of your head, do you know whereabouts you are, monetary wise?
I believe we are just over £4,500, and then we're working towards that £5,000 now.
Amazing. Now, I've heard there's a big football game happening on the Football 3G this Saturday between rugby and cricket. Talk us through that. What's going on?
It's a tradition that I again believe started last year. Well, we're going to win, is all I know. Rugby, we've got all of our stars out. Keep an eye out for our man up top, Sog, Yestin Manning. He's going to score at least a brace. But it's a ticketed event. We're just trying to get as many people as we can there. And I believe Cheer involved?
Yeah.
Cheer are going to be doing a half-time show, which is really good to try and get as many of us.
Will we be seeing you on the pitch?
Unfortunately not. Unfortunately not. They don't let pros play anymore.
Oh, what a shame. Talk us through quickly a little bit about the ticketing. Where can people get those tickets?
So tickets will still be available on, I don't even know where I'm looking. They'll be available on the Cardiff Met Ultras page. I believe we're going to make another story post just trying to drive them ticket sales up more. But it's on our link tree in our bio.
Now, I can see the team has been very active off the pitch. Let's talk on the pitch as the Met Ones face Leeds Beckett this evening. Is it 6:30 kickoff?
I believe it is, yeah. I'm on my way after this.
Now, after their narrow loss against Loughborough last week at the Arms Park, back on Rugby 1 this week, how do you see tonight going?
I mean, I was at the Loughborough game last week and we were really unlucky not to get over the line there. We narrowly lost, I think you say. But it'll be good to get behind the boys again. I know a lot of them always talk about it always helps them when the ultras are there, the fans are there. So it'd be really helpful if we can get a nice win on Rugby 1 today.
Back to quickly, rugby versus cricket. Have you guys ever faced cricket before in this? We've done a couple of events, and a couple of weeks ago we did do a touch tournament. Okay.
That after a couple of questionable decisions by the ref, we did end up losing to cricket at our own sport.
Well, pretty fierce rivalry it sounds like here, but all for a good cause. So you're also going to be joined by Cheer and Dance, who are doing a halftime performance. Let's have a little look at what Cheer and Dance have been up to leading up to this weekend. Looks like the girls are going to put an amazing show on this Saturday. Now, I'm back joined with our BUCS correspondent, Freya. Have you got any updates over the last hour?
So I do, yes. So starting with women's rugby, the twos have finished 50 points to 10 to Met. And also the first game, the women's first team rugby have kicked off. Currently, they're standing at 19 to 12 to Met. So it's going really well in Met's favour. Also popped down to basketball, managed to get there for the first couple of minutes. They were running late, but in the first minute, Essex did score 3-0. So that was good. Also, their kit, by the way, it was unbelievable. It's like red zebras running around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was quite interesting kit, but definitely stood out.
Bit on that one then. What would you say is your favourite kit here at Met?
That's a good question. I think the Cardiff Met Cheer and Dance, I love their kits as well as the gymnastic leotards.
Yeah.
I think they're so good. They always come out with new ones every year, and they're very, very smart. So they've got gems, and it's all really, really nice.
I was going to say it's the rhinestone in,
Absolutely.
the metallic, eye-catching, amazing.
Very,
I'd probably say for me, do you know what? I actually quite like the men's football home team.
It is nice, the bit of
sort
blue.
of ombre.
Yeah, the bit of ombre blue
Very
is really nice. It's a good look. It's a good look.
Jumping back to basketball, I heard that the wheelchair basketball team had a narrow win at the weekend. Can you talk us through that?
They did, yes. So on Saturday, they had their second win of the season against Surrey 89ers. They won by 5 points, so the final score was 57-52. So that's very good for Met at the moment with that.
Obviously with football happening now, rugby, anything happening with the weather? I know I checked earlier and obviously gave everyone a bit of a brief overtalk about it was raining here. Is it still raining? Is it still pretty damp out there?
It isn't damp anymore. It's dried up. It's very cold out there, very cold. So it's definitely worth popping into the Archers Arena with a coffee. Keep yourself warm in there rather than being outside. I think that's the best bet for them.
On a cold day like this, for those that are on campus at the moment that are probably stood out there in the freezing cold, stood out on Football 3G, maybe watching the women's rugby at the moment, where would you say to go buy the best warm drink?
I reckon either Bench, lovely coffees in there, or even the SU. It's not too busy in there at the moment, so definitely pop in.
Do love a Starbucks coffee. Yes. Now it is time to head back to the comms team with the live action at the BUCS football fixture here between Cardiff Met and Bath.
Thank you very much, Abby. It is chucking it down here at King Cud Stadium. Both teams are out, absolutely drenched, but they are looking towards this second half now. Eve, what can we expect now in the second half?
Yeah, I think more of the same, to be fair. I think Met need to come out the blocks a lot quicker than what they did in the first half. But for Bath, I don't think they need to change too much. You know, they're 1-0 up, they can easily sit back. But the weather's getting a lot worse now, so I think that will come into play a little bit more. So people need to be on their toes and on their feet and hope the ball doesn't bounce too much and keep their touch.
Oshan Rees below us here in the gantry. He was very good in that first half. What can we expect from him going up forward?
He was everywhere, you know, and he's so experienced, as we've said, at such a young age, playing for Cardiff City, coming through their academy and graduating from Cardiff City. You know, he's no stranger to these sort of environments and these sort of games. So expecting another big second half performance from him.
Jake Morris gets us underway, and we are back where we started in the defence with Griff Morgan. Met launch it forward from a throw in, and it's back again then to Griff Morgan. Bit of early football ping pong here at King Cud Stadium. Another throw in, Jake Morris with the ball at his feet. Tries to feed it through to Keon Williams. But a barricade of Bath defenders. Oshan Rees battling away in the back.
Yeah,
doesn't pay off, but that's what he loves to do. Ivan Cadwallader with a touch. Back to Bath. Launch it long, Alfie Young chasing.
Yeah, Griff Morgan did really well to hold off Alfie Young there. Really good show of strength and stopping the striker from getting through in goal.
Back to Alfie Young now. Bath are on the attack. It's Alfie Young on the edge of the box, cuts inside and shoots. It rolls back into the arms of Ollie Saunders in goal.
Yeah, right idea. He was trying to cut in onto that right foot and bury it into the bottom right hand corner, but you know, it didn't have enough pace on the ball.
I believe Oshan Rees has been moved out to the wing here.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. You know, he's got so much versatility, Oshan Rees. He can play central midfield on the wing. So it's no surprise that's happened, and maybe showing a little bit more creativity in their ideas, Matt.
And is it Harry John who's come in his place in centre mid there?
Yeah, you know, a player with Harry John's quality, you know, playing so well. We talked about it earlier, 81 appearances. They've got that experience now in the midfield.
Balls by Cardiff Met's feet at the edge of the Bath box, and it's a shot by Harry John that goes wide, but he's not scared of pulling the trigger and going for goal.
Yeah.
Back with a goalkeeper now, Owen Crawford. Ball bounces through everyone.
Yeah.
Evan Kudwala defines. It's been a weird start to this second half here.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, like we've said previously, the weather's really playing its part now. Rain absolutely hammering it down here at Kincoid. But that plays into both teams' hands. You know, the ball will skid. They need to be able to manage that, and hopefully be composed and be compact and get on the front foot.
It's a bit wild by Sam Edward there. Boots it out for a Met throw in. Bath trying to pin Met back here. It's important for them not to let them out of their own half. Alfie Young gets himself on the end of a loose ball. He drives towards the right hand side. Still Alfie Young. Not too sure where he's going, but he's dancing around that right hand side, but Met win the ball back.
Yeah, opportunity for them to break here now, Met.
Eli Collins finding Haben Sampson on that left wing. He's swapped wings now.
Yeah, Bath did really well there to get all their players back and stop Haben Sampson from running down that left wing and getting the ball into the box. Really well defended by Bath.
What do you think the thought process is behind moving Haben Sampson onto that left wing? Is it because Bath were starting to read his...
Yeah, I think so. I think, they were doubling up on him. And he's one of Met's best players, so you need to get him on the ball. He needs to be involved in the game as much as possible. But I think a player of his ability, he'll be able to unlock Bath at some point. But we'll see what he can do on the left hand side.
Conditions are worsening here down at Kincoid Stadium. The ref gives a free kick to Bath. Rain whipping into our faces up in the gantry here. Bath free kick on the edge of their own box. Owen Crawford hoping to get the ball out of his own area.
Yeah, I think it's important for Met here, trying to get Jake Morris more into the game. He's been very, very isolated so far and he hasn't gotten the ball as much as possible. So I think that's a key part of today's game and maybe being a bit quicker. Rio Booth had the opportunity to play the ball quick there, but didn't do so.
Rio Booth battling well there. How important is the home support in games like this? Bath making the journey, a few fans with them, and then the Mets fans getting behind their boys.
No, it's massive. Home support is so pivotal, but also for those Bath boys as well. They're going to need support just as much as the Met boys. And it really makes a difference. It ups your confidence as a player, and as a result you play better because of it, especially in weather like this. You need something to keep you going. So yeah, I think it's hugely important.
Spencer Diamond Hall and Griff Morgan again showing that partnership where they play back and forth to each other. It's a loose ball and Oshan Rees couldn't quite keep it in play.
Yeah, I think a little bit of frustration creeping into Met players at the moment. It's important they keep composed and keep calm because it is only 1-0 and they have a long way to go.
Throwing in towards the back. Griff Morgan showing his strength against his rival Welsh lad in Alfie Young. Just throw in again to Alfie Young. Alfie Young frees himself up, but he couldn't quite do much out of that. Jake Morris now.
Yeah, he's dropping deep now, Jake Morris, which is what I said previously that he should be doing. He wants to get on the ball a lot more. He's not been on it enough today. So maybe dropping deep will help him get onto the ball and play it out wide like we said in the first half.
Is that out of frustration as a footballer yourself? You know, if you didn't get enough of the ball, you'd naturally try and go and find it and take things into your own hands.
I think particularly as a striker, if you're not getting on the ball from players, you sort of have to go and find it yourself. But that can also be of benefit to the opposition because there's no one up front. But Met really need to utilise Jake Morris because he's got so much ability and his striking of the ball is superb.
Met can't quite hold Bath back. They get into the right areas, but nothing comes of it, and it's back again with Griff Morgan in the Met defence now.
Yeah, there's a lot of space in that midfield now for Met players to drive through. It's just about finding that final ball and that pocket of space, whether it's out wide or into Jake Morris.
Yeah, exactly. They keep chipping away at the block, and results are going to come for them.
Yeah, definitely.
But it's just getting that first goal in, getting the game back level. Momentum is so important
100%.
in games like this.
Yeah, well, I was just going to mention momentum. If you get one, you get the crowd on their back, and it really makes a difference. But if the next goal in this game is pivotal. If Bath get it, you can say game. But if Met get it, the atmosphere will be rocking, and hopefully they can go on to win the game.
You know yourself how much a goal or an equaliser can set the other team on the back foot.
Yeah, definitely.
It's game changing, really, isn't it?
No, 100%, and it's important. It's an important part of the game. You need to be calm. You need to be collected. They say once you score, that's probably the most dangerous time as a player of the opposition. So Met need to be careful, but certainly be a bit more creative in the final third.
Still trying to ping that ball long towards the attacker. That one falls nicely into the hands of Owen Crawford. He'll be happy in this game. He's not had...
No. I think, to be fair, both sets of goalkeepers haven't really had too much to do so far. It's been quite a scrappy game. But I think as time goes on, that will change and it will become more open, and Met need to be able to deal with that, not just going forwards, but also defensively too.
I think that Bath goal personified that scrappiness as well. The little mispass and then the unfortunate mistake by Ollie Saunders in goal.
No, definitely.
But hopefully redemption here for Cardiff Met, as Evan Cadwallader gets on the ball and launches it long. Rio Booth lobs it high. No one could get on the end of it. Still playing ping pong here at Kincud Stadium. The ball back and forth, not much coming off for either team, but here is an opportunity for Met. It's Haben Sampson with the ball in.
Yeah, he was really unlucky there, Haben Sampson. Met player driving into the box. If he found someone, easily could have led to a goal, but Met need to keep it going.
Referee gives a foul against Griff Morgan. It's a good foul, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
If Alfie could have turned and got away there,
definitely. Tactical foul, as they say.
Yeah, it shows the experience of Griff Morgan, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Knows exactly what he's doing in that situation.
Yeah, he's a regular not just in the BUCS team but in the first team too. So, he definitely knew what he was doing there, and it's given Met a little bit of breathing space, but one they need to be careful of here now.
I was in contact with Elliot Evans, the BUCS manager, and he, singing praise to the likes of Griff Morgan and Barney Sodi, and how important they are to this side. Firm leaders.
Yeah,
he's not lost an aerial battle tonight, really.
Yeah, he wins every duel, Griff Morgan. He's so pivotal to this Met team, both in the first team and in the BUCS team as well. Always there, always present, and such a good leader for this squad too.
He's quite a vocal player as well, isn't he? You can hear him.
I think you have to be his captain. There's no sort of shortcut with that. You need to be able to scream at your players and tell them what's wrong, what's right. And he's not afraid to do that. So I think they've got a terrific player, but also a terrific captain in him too.
He's another one you wouldn't be surprised to see go on and flourish in the Cymru Premier, or possibly even higher again.
No, exactly. I think every player's got individual aspirations, and I'm sure he's got huge aspirations. With a player of his ability, there's no reason why he can't go further up.
Ball falls nicely to Ashan Rees here on the edge of the box, and it's Ollie it was Eli Collins who tried to get the shot away, but to no avail.
I think you've got to give Eli Collins a lot of credit there. He's unfortunate, but he easily could have faded away a little bit from this match with what happened in the first half, but he's kept going. Fair play to him, and he's been proven to be really pivotal so far. They need to get the ball into his feet and keep going the way they are, Met.
You know, we've spoken a lot about Oshan Rees, but I feel like Eli Collins has had the same effect. You know, working hard behind the scenes, doing that dirty work.
Yeah, and you don't usually get credit most of the time, players who do that, because it's always the flashy ones that get the most credit. But both of them have played so well so far. It's just, again, final ball and communication. I think there's a bit of a communication breakdown between the midfield and the front three. But if they sort that out, there's no reason why they can't get a goal back.
Definitely. Met down that left flank again. A throw in here. Can't help but feel like time is fading away from them. Goal's got to come, but it bounces nicely. Falls into the hands of the Bath goalkeeper. Yeah,
I think the next 10-15 minutes are really pivotal for both sides. You know, Met get one back, they're back in the game, but if Bath score a goal, it's almost game over. So if both teams need to be aware of that and need to be careful.
The ball still flying back and forth here. No change since that first 10 minutes.
I mean, it's been really scrappy so far, you know, with the rain, with the weather. It's really difficult for the players to actually get their foot on the ball and play forward and play those passes that they want to, which is sort of added to Met not playing as well as they can. I think the rain and how scrappy it's been, it's not helped one bit.
Did you find when you were playing that conditions, you know, worse in performance?
Yeah,
and
100%.
results?
Do you know what? I actually loved playing in the rain. I thought it was great fun. But I think mentally, as a team, it's annoying because you play a pass and you think, oh, it's gone to my player, and it hasn't. It's gone to the opposition. So you need to be really aware of how much the ball can skid. It certainly adds to the game.
I feel like there are two opposites. And some players, you know, love playing in the rain because they get to slide in and kind of dive into challenges.
Proper football.
But others rather playing in the sun where the wind doesn't affect much and visibility's excellent.
Yeah.
I'm guessing you were the slide tackling type.
Yeah, definitely. I'm not afraid to get stuck in.
Lunging into challenges.
I think the boys here, they need to take a little bit of that into their own game, you know.
Definitely. Bit of aggression never hurt anyone.
No.
Met happy to keep the ball at their feet now. This is nicer football by Met, you know, playing those short passes.
You know, I understand it because of the weather conditions, but, you know, zip the ball about, play it on the floor and see what happens.
Shanrees out on the right hand side. Ball in. Rio Booth in the mixer. It's over everyone.
Yeah, again, weather conditions, he's overhit that a little bit, I think. Usually without this rain it would have been a little bit softer and would have found his player probably.
See him galloping back now as Met attack. It's Alfie Young out wide and the ball in. Good save, and it's Oshan Rees again.
Yeah, really good by Oshan Rees to get his team out of their box.
Eli Collins back to his midfield counterpart in that first half. Oshan Rees slides a lovely ball through and it's crossed in towards Rio Booth. And it's in for Met. Is it? Yes, it is. Yeah. And it's a goal for Jake Morris. Finally comes off for him.
Yeah, superb.
But the ref's seen something. There's a yellow card for Jake Morris. You celebrate a bit too hard there. He has given the goal, and it is Jake Morris who gets himself on the score sheet.
Yeah, superb goal by Met, and that all came from Oshan Rees. You know, he drove out from his box, played it into a central midfielder, and Met would straight away on the attack. But a fantastic ball in, and really unlucky. But Jake Morris, that's what he does, you know, poacher. That's what he's been needing to do all game, and terrific by Met to get back in the game.
Bit of scrappiness in the goal mouth there, but it falls nicely to Met. Yeah. And that's you know, so important for them going into the rest of this game now.
No, 100%. You know, you've got half an hour, 35 minutes now with added time. You know, you've got the platform under the lights. Fans are backing you. Let's see what Met can do now.
It's night like this that football was made to be played on, isn't it?
Definitely.
Rain battering down, floodlights
rainy
beaming on
Stoke.
the pitch. Exactly. Could they do it on a wet, rainy night in Stoke? I don't know, but they can do it in Cardiff Met.
Yeah. I think Cardiff's a bit harder than Stoke.
Bath now on the back foot, as we said earlier. they will be looking to get themselves back in front here and take 3 points back home across the bridge with them.
100%. Oof.
Cadwallader did well to get the ball away there. Reese here looking for that same ball down the wing again. Doesn't quite come off, and it's back with Evan Cadwallader.
Met are playing so well. They just need to be really aware of what's happened previously and in the first half. Don't lose too much composure. Don't get ahead of yourselves too much. Keep going the way you are and hopefully get a second goal.
Here goes Harry John again. He wins a corner for the Archers. Another opportunity to get the big boys up now and get another goal.
Yeah. I think aerially they're quite even, Met and Bath, you know, height-wise. It'll be interesting to see what Met can do here now.
Yeah, both set of defenders have had their fair share of defensive headers. You know, Griff Morgan's been so prolific in that back. Can he use that in attack now and get the Archers in front? Goes short to Oshan Rees. He's happy to give it back to Kean Williams.
Yeah. There's an opportunity there for Met to get the ball in the box. A little bit disappointed, you know, from a corner they're all the way back in their own half. So a bit disappointing from them, but if they keep the ball, that's okay.
So random header by Oshan Rees. But Ollie Saunders did well to gather that ball. Shows the determination of this Met side, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Having nothing coming off for them in that first half.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I've watched them against Chichester when they came back from a 1-0 down and a man sent off too. So Met aren't worried about, you know, they never give up. They're a very determined team. But that might play in the back of their mind, you know, we've come back from this. And also the TNS game, some of these boys were there on Friday night. Last minute winner, can they do the same again?
Well, likewise, Bath got that last minute equaliser last week, but here is Met on the attack. Falls to Oshan Rees. It's a heavy touch. And Bath get the ball away again.
Yeah, Met's defensively so strong in this second half, you know, not letting Bath come out of their own half, not afraid to reset the ball too, taking their time with it. But really, really good stuff.
How important will the bench be now in this game? You know, it's all level.
Yeah, hugely important. You know, especially on days like this. You know, it's wet, it's cold. As a sub, it's quite hard to gear yourself up for the game. I'm talking personally. I always take a bit longer to get into it as a sub than as a starter. But it's really important that those players who are coming on make an impact straight away.
Talking of substitutions, Bath have made one. It's Isaac Stevens-Wong leaving the field. He has been quite quiet in this game. He's not had much to do, has he?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good substitution by Bath, and it gives them a little bit of difference up top, and something for the Met defenders to think about.
Alfie Young seems to have moved out to the right wing to make room for Bath's new striker.
Yeah. I'm not surprised by that, to be honest. You know, Alfie Young, he's got so much pace and he's so strong. Definitely putting him out wide in on those 1v1 duels. We'll see what he's really made of.
Met with the ball again. Griff Morgan out to Evan Cadwallader. Met still happy to play around the back.
He was unlucky there. It's the right idea, just not a Met player in to receive the ball. But Met really pressing as a team and as a unit and not individually now. Really good stuff.
There's Harry John again. Technically he looks absolutely fantastic. But that pass didn't come off for him, and it's a Met throw in now, deep in their own half. Ref stops the game. Ollie Saunders, he's just stiffening up. He's not had much to do at all, is he?
No, he's probably a bit cold with this weather.
Bring on the deep heat for him. An opportunity for both teams to regather now.
Yeah. I think this comes into play a little bit in football nowadays. A lot of teams take a moment, and in times like this, sort of called the dark arts of football. But no, an opportunity for both sets of teams to reset and refocus.
Do you think that comes with the introduction of the rule that the game's got to stop if keepers go down, and they don't have to leave the pitch when they go down?
I think, if I'm honest, football nowadays has got a little bit. The ball's not in play enough for me. You know, you've got players taking forever with a throw in, with a corner. You know, Ollie Saunders, fair enough, he probably injured right now, but certainly a lot more of the time wasting is coming into football. Whereas for me, you look at sports like rugby, they've got TMO, they stop the clock. I think it would be so much better if there was stuff like that in the game. But yeah.
1-1 here at Kincaid Stadium. Let's take a look back at those goals. It was Bath who scored first. A mistake by Kian Williams put Alfie Young through, and another mistake by Ollie Saunders, who let the ball in.
Yeah.
Cardiff Met then answered back with a goal from Jake Morris.
Yeah, Alfie Young did so well.
And here is the Cardiff Met goal. It was Rio Booth who got on the end of it, bounced on the line, and it was Jake Morris.
It's a bit scrappy, but you know, Met will take anything they can get at the moment.
Jake Morris taunting the goalkeeper after scoring, rubbing his head.
Yeah.
Some people would call that football being back. Play is about to resume here with a throw in. Ollie Saunders seems to be happier.
Met need to be careful here. You know, sometimes when there's a break in play and you've had so much momentum, it can almost pause that you're driving forward, and it may work in favour for Bath. But hopefully Met can just refocus and re-go again.
It's Evan Cadwalla did to get us back in the way with a throw in. Throws along to Rio Booth. He controls it with a bit of composure. And here he is again.
Yeah, he needs more options ahead of him.
He's not had much to do tonight, but when he has been on the ball, he's looked so good.
He's so strong and so athletic, you know, so quick as well. I just don't think he's had the options when he's had the ball, and I think Met really need to help him out, because the player of his ability will find that pass. But we'll see what Met can do here now.
It's Harry John playing the ball out to Oshan Rees, the young man linking up there to lads who are the future of Cardiff Met here.
Definitely.
With the rest of the team getting on a bit. How important will they be, you know, setting foundations now towards the future?
Well, that is the foundation for success, isn't it? You know, you've got players coming through and they've got to keep their shirt and earn their shirt and sort of set the example for the rest of the boys coming through. But it's on them, and I'm sure with more experiences that they're getting in the BUCS and the first team, that'll only come.
Eli Collins fouled again there.
Yeah.
Another free kick for Cardiff Met.
Really good opportunity here now.
Rio Booth is quite a tall
at the back
person,
post.
And he'll fancy himself here at the back post if the ball gets to him.
100%.
Jake Morris just in front of him. Met happy to take their time on this free kick. It's Kian Williams to send it in. Over everyone.
Just overhit it a little bit, but again, you can excuse that for the bad weather. You know, you sort of put a little bit more oomph on the ball, and it ends up going too far.
Sure, Kian will agree with you. Blame it on the rain.
Yeah. But Met need to be a bit more, take advantage of those opportunities, because they're getting into the right positions now, but they're not taking it. So it's really important that they take advantage of where they are.
Seen much less of Griff Morgan and Spencer Diamond Hall in the second half. You know, they've been keeping the ball higher up the pitch rather than leave it at the back.
Definitely, and I think that's a benefit for Met. You know, it's more with their midfielders and their wingers now. and that's what they need. I think in the first half it was far too slow. Although Met had possession, it wasn't as cool and as calm as collected as usual.
So much of the game comes down to communication.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And it's so important having people like Griff Morgan and Spencer Diamond Hall in the back.
Yeah, I mean,
commanding.
We've said it. They build and they set the foundation for success for this side, but it's also the midfield and the attacking players are now communicating a lot more, and that's why Met are playing so much better than what they did in the first half, where they were a bit disjointed.
Calls for throw-ins there, and the ref has given it. It's going to be a throw-in for Cardiff Met. It's Evan Cadwallader to take. Hoping to see a bit more of Harry John on the ball tonight as well.
Yeah.
Just see what he can do in that number 6 shirt.
Yeah, definitely. You know, we spoke about it before. His experience will really come into play now with how much football he's played, and hopefully be of benefit to Met.
Rather fitting that he's wearing the number 6 shirt of Ryan Reynolds as well.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan Reynolds being such an important player for the Cymru Premier side.
Definitely.
I'm sure in years to come Harry John will have the same effect.
Yeah. I mean, 81 appearances and counting, not far off 100.
He must be one of the youngest players to do that, isn't he?
Yeah, 100%.
Free kick for Bath, gathered by Ollie Saunders. He sends it out wide to Harry John, who lumps it long. And it's Jake Morris here again with the ball at his feet. He shoots. Falls to the feet of the Bath defence.
That easily could have gone to O'Shea Reese at the back post. I think the weather's played a big part in that not going there. But Bath defended well.
Ball's back with Evan Cadwallader again. O'Shea Reese now on the right hand side. He's happy to drive inside. Plays it to Harry John. Harry John commanding, putting a nice ball into Rio Booth, but he can't quite control it. It's Bath again. Ollie O'Brien, number 14. He is huge for a winger. Very tall lad.
Yeah, I think a lot of these Bath boys, you know, they're so strong but also so athletic at the same time. You almost think they're more a rugby player than a football player. I'm
sure physically Ollie O'Brien would give Griff Morgan a run for his money in the back there. Ball's back in defence again now. Hoofed long, doesn't quite fall, and it's Bath to clear their lines. Tom Beeson lets it run only to the path of Griff Morgan, who drives forward. He goes down, but play carries on.
Superb anticipation from Griff Morgan. He's now got Met a free kick, but he drove forward straight away with that football, and that's what we needed in the first half almost. It wasn't enough intensity, but he's now shown it a lot more, and Met are playing a lot better, but it comes from him.
Griff Morgan slowly getting back up. I think he's been prodded on there in that challenge.
Yeah.
He'll be happy to take one for the team and win themselves a free kick, and he'll have to hurry up and get himself back post now. No rest for Griff Morgan, the captain.
Yeah. You'd like to hope that's not a big injury for Griff Morgan, because I think he's the most pivotal player of this team.
He seems to be running it off.
Yeah. Was it a bit of mind games though, seeing how quick he walked up? Who knows?
I don't think so. He doesn't strike me like one of those players that would go down and waste time, but I suppose in the modern day,
yeah, there's a lot more of it about.
Ollie O'Brien carrying forward, holding off his defenders. Oh, it's a
blame the weather.
Shout.
Blame the weather.
I don't think you can blame the weather for that one. He
Yeah,
just caught the outside of his left foot.
Griff Morgan looks a little bit in pain.
Bit of discomfort down there. He's been excellent so far in this game, you know. Yeah. We've had everything from him, haven't we?
Yeah. He really sets the tone for Met, you know, whether it's defensively or whether they're attacking, he's the one who sets the tone for them and really sets them on the front foot.
Ollie Saunders sends it long, out wide. Another free kick for Met. The foul count for Bath is flying up here.
Yeah, they've got to take advantage of this now though, Met. You know, it's not easy, but they're in a terrific position here and need to take advantage of it.
It's Rio Booth who won that free kick. And it'll be Eli Collins to stand over it and send it into the box. Plenty of height in that box for Cardiff Met. Just given the shot goes over the bar.
It's a good idea from Oshan Rees. He's definitely gotten it in his locker, but a bit too high and not towards that top corner just as much as he would have liked.
He's tried it twice tonight, and there's a Welsh saying.
Third time?
Three tied Cynnig I Gymro. Is that the case for Oshan Rees? 3 times for a Welshman. Doesn't quite work in English, really.
No, third time lucky, that's what we have.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. And there'll be Owen Crawford to get us back in the way again. Spencer Diamond Hall couldn't quite win his header, but it's headed back towards Ollie Saunders by Griff Morgan, and he regathers and goes again towards Spencer Diamond Hall on the left of that centre half pairing. He carries forward. It's a ball out wide to Evan Cadwallader. Oshan Rees behind him as an option. He uses that option. Rees back to his captain, who goes across to Spencer Diamond Hall. Met need to keep passing this ball around, chisel away at the Bath defence and find those weaknesses, break through those gaps. Oshan Rees, no acres of space down this right hand side, and he's going to get to that ball, is he? He is. Yeah. Oshan Rees down in the right hand corner, comes back in. There's Eli Collins with the ball into the box, falls nicely, but Bath managed to put it away behind the goal for a corner.
I think Oshan Rees is pulling the strings for Met so far today. He's been absolutely everywhere, you know, that's come from him. Jake Morris, really unfortunate not to get the shot away, but Met in a really good position now.
It'll be Kean Williams now to take this one. We've seen them go short multiple times to the feet of Oshan Rees tonight, but it hasn't worked as of yet. But they go straight into the box this time, and there's a scramble. Is it in? No, it's gone out for a corner. I haven't got a clue what happened
goal
down
line
there.
technology.
Haven't quite got that here, have we?
No.
It'll be Kean Williams again now to put the ball into the box. I was very close to repeating the first Cardiff Met goal there.
Definitely.
Kean Williams with the ball in. Doesn't quite get past that first man, and it's out for a corner
Met
again.
are knocking on the door though, you know, building momentum and starting to hear a few more fans. Hopefully they can build on this and take advantage of this opportunity.
Met piling on the pressure. Kean Williams again with a corner in front of the Met fans behind the goal. Give him something to cheer about. It's a very high ball. Floated towards the back as Griff Morgan's got his head on it.
You know what, he would have deserved it as well, a goal. Griff Morgan, he's been absolutely superb.
Gone out for another goal.
The Met goalkeeper did really well though, because it came at him really, really quick.
Another corner now, down on that left hand corner. It's Eli Collins to take. Floated in. It's over everyone. Oh, and it was very close to sneaking into that far corner.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pattern of play like the first half. You know, it's just calling for someone to get their foot on it. Met really, really unlucky, but need to keep it going and need to be aware of how. We believe it might have gone in there looking back at replays. Yeah, well.
But obviously, no VAR, no goal line technology here at Kincoid campus.
I think we might need to invest in some from what it looks like on the replay.
It seems to have gone in the
Certainly
replay.
did.
But the ref doesn't think so.
You wouldn't think the linesman may have seen it.
Well, that's his job at the end of the day, isn't it?
I can give the ref... Oh my God.
Ball comes flying in front of our faces here at the country.
I can give the ref a little bit of leeway, but the linesman, surely you would have been able to see that it went in. Really unlucky for Met, but they need to keep it going and keep the momentum.
Unfortunate. They'll feel hard done by that as well.
Yeah,
and you
definitely.
know, it might give them the flame to go and grab another, or it's just important they don't let their heads drop here.
Yeah, definitely.
There's the high ball over, Jake Morris gets on the end of it. Ball goes lost, and it's Noah Cunningham behind the ball. But it's Oshan Rees again now. Into Jake Morris. Jake Morris twisting and turning back to Oshan Rees. But he loses the ball and concedes a foul. Bit of frustration that he couldn't get himself onto the ball. It'll be a free kick for the captain, Ben Parrott, to take. Nope, he leaves it for Owen Crawford, the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think that gives Bath a little bit of leeway, you know, a bit of breathing space. I think they need that, but Met need to be really careful they don't have a repeat at the first half.
I feel like the Bath midfield have been a bit quiet tonight, Ian.
Yeah, definitely. You know, for the quality they have, I think Met have done very well to keep them quiet, to be fair. Rio Booth has been superb. His pace and his strength has been really important. Ellie Collins, it's been really, really good to keep them quiet. But they need to keep it going and make sure that they keep momentum.
It's another throw in for Cardiff Met here. Ivan Kidwala to take. He launches it up again to the head of Rio Booth. Ooh, good header. Flicks it into the path of Eli Collins, who goes out wide. And it's Kean Bodenham on that left wing.
Yeah,
Rio Booth again there.
Really, really well. Nice little nutmeg in there too. Keep in possession, but Met need to take advantage of this. We've been saying it.
It's Harry John in midfield. He looks an unreal footballer. And we can see him directing the play in midfield as well, on and off the ball. The ball's ultimately out with Kean Williams on that left-hand side. Back into Griff Morgan, a bit of space here on the right-hand side.
But again, you spoke about it earlier. Met are so further up the pitch. You know, they were sort of near their own goal line in the first half. But now Griff Morgan's getting on the ball just in front of that halfway line and getting Met on the front foot.
Ball's sat between the halfway line and the edge of Bath's box. Met happy to keep the ball at feet. I feel like the move of Oshan Rees out wide has worked well as well.
Yeah.
He's had so much space, you know, he's dragging that full back out wide with him.
Definitely. You know, and that's, as a winger, that's what you want to do. You know, you want to get full-backs 1v1 and see how much space you can get past them and try and get the ball into the box as quick as possible.
Kean Williams now to take another corner for Cardiff Met, out of position. We've had a range of different balls from him. And there's a scramble in the goalmouth again, but it goes out wide. Out for a throw in. Eve, have you thought, well, it's gotten to the end of the game now. Have you got thoughts of your man of the match for today?
Yeah, I think there's a few, to be fair. You know, Met have played really, really well. I'm gonna go with Griff Morgan. You know, he's set the tone for this game. He's been superb, not just playing wise, but you know, his communication has been really important for Met today. He was really unfortunate not to score that header towards the end, but he's been superb, and you know, he really sets the tone for this Met side, not just on this BUCS team, but in the first team too.
He does indeed. Thank you very much, Eve.
Thank you very much.
Relieve you of your duties now, and I'll be solo for the remainder of this game. It's a 1-1 draw at the moment. As it stands, both teams taking a point each. But it's Harry John hoofing it long towards that left-hand side of the pitch. Bath have been quiet in the second half. Evan Cadwallader now, the right back, plays it out to Oshan Rees, who's in acres of space. Back to Cadwallader. He plays it into the feet of Harry John. Harry John out to Oshan Rees. Back into Harry John in midfield. He twists and turns, gets the ball off, back to Oshan Rees. Nice triangle down here between Cadwallader, Rees and John. Griff Morgan joins in and it's stretched out towards Diamond Hall. He goes to Kean Williams. the ball into the box. Doesn't reach anyone. And the ball goes long. Bit of confusion here. Does Griff Morgan go or does the keeper go? Griff Morgan does well. Puts it onto the roof of the surrounding buildings. Throw in for Bath now. Minutes to go in this game. It appears that it's going to end in a draw. Throw in, headed away by Diamond Hall. Harry John to get the ball away. Goal kick. Met appear to be putting the foot on the pedal here, trying to pin Bath back and get another goal to take the 3 points. It's a great ball over. Harry John, edge of the box. It lobbed over, but it doesn't quite come off. It's gone out for a goal kick. I can see Bath running down the clock here and settling for a draw. They've been second best in this second half, I feel. And Met will feel disappointed to not have taken advantage of that and make sure of those 3 points. But as it stands, the league table will remain unchanged in the middle. Met at third and Bath in fourth. 2 plays still separating them as we stand. Griff Morgan up for another header. And it's the ball out wide, and it's Harry John in the edge of the box. Can he get a shot off? He can. He's deflected out for a corner. Great defending there by Noah Cunningham. And another corner here for Met. Possibly the last chance. We're into the 90th minute. It's the ball in. Finds no one, and it's Bath to head it away. Bath get the ball away now. Last chance for Cardiff Met. Lumped forward into the feet. It's crossed into the box. Griff Morgan's at the back post, but he concedes a foul on the goalkeeper. Owen Crawford does well. Shouts from behind the goal against the Bath goalkeeper. Expecting the referee to put the whistle to his mouth and call the end of this game here. This might be the last play. Be a goal kick for free kick for Owen Crawford. Happy to run down the clock, take his time. The referee underneath his ear. Is he blowing his whistle anytime soon? Owen Crawford kicks it long. There's Griff Morgan again, heading it up. Osian Rees. That's a lovely ball into the path of Rio Booth. Can he get on the end of it? It's spilled and it's Harry John. Oh, and it's blocked. Chaos here at the end. And the ball falls back to Evan Cadwallader. A moment of madness there. Late on in this game, the ball goes out for a throw-in. Referee still not blown. Mere seconds left of this game. I was so close to a Met winner there. It was a great ball over by Osian Rees. But Rio Booth couldn't quite get the ball away. Another throw-in for Bath. And there'll be another again as Evan Cadwallader heads out. To throw towards Ollie O'Brien. The rain still coming down here at Kincoid. A quick throw in by Evan Cadwallader. Miss kick by the Bath defender. It falls into the feet of Eli Collins. Ollie O'Brien does well to block that pass. There's Evan Cadwallader again with a throw in here. You sound like a broken record. But it's the same things happening over and over in this game. And the whistle is blown for full time. 1-1 it ends here. A point apiece, a goal apiece. You can't help but feel the Met will be bitterly disappointed in that result. They could have had the 3 points, but unfortunately not. A goal in the first half by Alfie Young, the Welshman, stopped them in their tracks. Met did well to come back in the second half. A bit of a goal line scramble and Jake Morris getting himself on the end of it to bring Met back into the game, and Met then piling on the pressure, Bath dealing with it brilliantly and holding them out for the 1-1 draw in the rain here at Kincoid campus. It's been a great display of football, although the rain has been chucking it down at us. The fans have had a feast of battles, and ultimately Bath will be taking that 1 point home with them over the bridge back to England. Let's have a little look at the highlights. There's a chance for Cardiff Met early on with the ball into the box, but it bounced into the hands of Owen Crawford. And then the goal for Bath, Alfie Young getting the shot off. A bit of a blunder by Ollie Saunders, and that put Bath 1-0 up. Met then piled the pressure on and found an equaliser of their own. It was a scramble with Rio Booth shooting for goal and Jake Morris getting on the end of it. And the reaction from Jake Morris there in front of the goalkeeper. There's a couple chances at the end for Met to win it as well. Another scramble. The ball might have gone in at the end there, but apparently not. Thank you very much for joining us. It was a 1-1 draw. I'm going to throw you down now to Eve, my co-commentator, who is with the manager for Cardiff Met tonight. Apologies, we're going to Abby in the studio first.
Quite a scrappy game there. Both teams coming out fighting, and eventually it resulted in a 1-1 draw after a shot into the roof of the net by Rio Booth in the second half. Freya's going to join me in a couple seconds time, but we've got a quick interview pitch side. Let's catch up with Eve.
Okay. I'm joined by Elliot Evans. Firstly, happy birthday. Not the result you would have wanted, but what are your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, frustrating because we've dominated the game, to be honest, particularly second half and even first half. Like one mistake where they've broken on us, and then we're chasing the game, and it's happening a little bit too much of us at the moment. We're winning games, but it's last minute sort of stuff, and I think we should be putting that game to bed in all honesty. But positives, we were on the front foot for the whole game, and it's a point. It keeps Bath at arm's length, and we want to try and catch Hartbury if we can, but you've got to win your home game, so a bit of a frustrating one from that perspective.
Definitely, and you've got a big 3 home games now in the BUCS Premier. How does that feel, and is that positive being at home, or how much momentum can you get from being at home?
Yeah, like it's very hard to win away from home in BUCS, so obviously with our home games we've got to take advantage of that. We've obviously missed an opportunity there today, but we've got, like you say, 2 before Christmas and then 1 after Christmas in terms of home games, so if we can go and win all 3, then it puts us in a really good position in that sense. So we just got to go and win those games now. I think today the performance was there. We've just been punished in terms of 1 error in the first half where we've had to chase the game, and for some reason the ball wouldn't go in for the second one today, which is frustrating.
Definitely, and just looking to the Adran Prem, obviously a big game against Barla Town on Sunday. What are your thoughts going into that? And a lot of the boys are in the team for that now. How do they recover, and how do they prepare for that game?
Yeah, big game. Obviously we've had 2 really good wins against TNS in the league and in the cup, so we're in a good reign of form. and we've been in good form in BUCS as well, so that bodes well in terms of players playing with confidence. So yeah, I mean the boys will recover tomorrow. We've got a session tomorrow night, but yeah, they'll be ready for the game on Saturday, and yeah, if we can go and win there on Saturday, puts us in a really good position with some good fixtures coming up as well.
Perfect, thank you very much. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Back to Abby.
Some great insight there from birthday boy Elliot Evans. Now I am joined with Freya once again, our BUCS correspondent. Freya, any final updates on the games today?
We have some good updates today. So it's been a great day for women's rugby. The women's twos finished 50 points to 10 against Exeter, so good win for them. Also, the women's first rugby has finished 19-12 to Exeter, so both big wins there. We did see the first team head coach Lisa Newton walk past us when we were on our way to the Archers Arena. She had about 10 boxes of Dominoes, so
smelled amazing.
It really did. So they're definitely having a lovely celebration there. Well deserved.
Yeah.
Also, the women's first team basketball, they've won 98-29, so they're continuing their winning streak, which is amazing for them. The men's basketball as well, looking hopeful. We did see the end of the third quarter there with Essex leading 72-58, so not a massive gap. Yeah. Hopefully Met can redeem themselves and end their losing streak, so that would be really good if that happens, but we'll see what those results are later.
Yeah. What an exciting day on campus. Is there anything else today that stood out to you?
Well, earlier on we were lucky enough to see the Springboks coach, so we know that they have been at campus, they have been using our facilities, training there, which is absolutely great. They are being secretive though. They are not really agreeing to interviews. They are trying to stay in the zone. They actually told us off earlier for having a security camera, thinking that we are spying on them. But obviously that's not the case. We're just trying to be friendly with them. But yeah.
That is unfortunately all we've got time for this evening. Thank you so much for watching. What you'll see as we head out is the trailer for our Legacy, which is a women's documentary for our rugby. Thank you so much, and we'll hopefully see you next week for Clashmas.
Last season wasn't an accident. We've probably been overlooked a few times. We actually do pretty well as underdogs. There's a lot of emotions in there.
We're going to go to a dark place now for these next 10 minutes. We're going to level it down each other because we're not going to let them do that.
They want to build on their legacy of what that is as well.
We are all capable and all accountable for our own energy levels.
We're not happy with just enough. Like we want to be better. Like that relentlessness, that what it means to be a wild dog. Rugby is a game of momentum. I don't think our girls ever thought they were going to lose that game.